What's going on, everyone? So if you've clicked on this link, then obviously you are looking to run the tutorial, which is the Maiden Voyage on Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves is a pirate game that's all PvP. It's all player versus player. And your whole idea of the game is to just be a pirate, hunt treasure, fight skeletons, meet up with new friends on different pirate ships, also run into other players that you end up fighting. It's just all around a fantastic game, all online, tons of fun. So this tutorial I'm going to run is on PC. So if you're looking for a controller-based tutorial, you can go on YouTube. I'm sure there's somebody on there somewhere that has run a tutorial with a controller to show you how to use a controller based on how I'm playing, because it obviously is going to be a lot different. So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and click on Maiden Voyage, which is down at the bottom right of your screen. So as the pirate life awaits, familiarize yourself with the essential skills and tools of piracy as you set sail for the Sea of Thieves. So as you can see, I already have a character made, but that's not going to change how the tutorial plays. It's still going to be very basic. The tutorial is just going to show us how to use weapons, how to go through all your items, how to pull up quests, how to sail a ship, how to fight, and everything basically that this game can do. But it's going to be super basic, and I want to show you guys just a few tips and tricks that'll get you ahead when you jump on Sea of Thieves. So here we go.
You look a little worse for wear, my friend. You must be on quite the journey. I should eat something if I were you. A full belly can do wonders for your spirits. Once you're in good health, we'll speak properly.
Alright, so the first thing they're wanting you to do is obviously to eat. You can't see the health because I'm kind of sitting right in front of it, but my health is low, so anything food-wise will bring up your health. So bananas, coconuts, apples, pears, that kind of stuff. Based on the type of food, it will increase your health a little bit more than others. So bananas are your basic one. They do not increase it by much, but they are very, very useful to have. So what it wants you to do is hit Q to pull up your menu, and at the top you'll obviously see where the food is. I have it set to a hotkey. I may do a tutorial later on what hotkeys I use, but for now I'm just going to run through how the game wants you to play it. So eat a banana, my health goes up.
There, you look better already. Maybe even strong enough to reach the Sea of Thieves. Don't look so surprised. These days they call me the Pirate Lord. But back when I discovered this place, I was just a bold explorer like you. I dreamt of finding uncharted waters filled with treasures and rife with danger, where every sunrise brought a new adventure. You've been brave to make it this far. Not many do. Now you've one last crossing to make. You'll want some trusty steel at your side, though. There's a sword in those trees whose owner doesn't seem to need it anymore.
Okay, so this is your extent of the fighting tutorial, by the way. You take this cutlass. This joker right here is going to obviously come alive. And the whole idea is to attack him. So if you left click, you can attack. Basic skeletons take 3 shots. 1, 2, 3, and they are done. You can press X to put any equipment away. You also could use X to back out of, like if you're searching a barrel for food or cannons, or bait for your fishing rod, you can press X to back out of that. Yeah. So we'll go down to here, talk to this guy.
There's far more to being a pirate than a blade in your hand and a love of other people's money. It's about finding your way through ancient caverns by lamplight, digging up long-lost treasures. and raising a frothing great tankard of grog when you live to tell the tale. For all that, you'll need the right equipment. You can start by taking this old shovel.
All right. Let's take it from him.
I stowed a few belongings around here back in the day. The map will show you the way.
So this is the tutorial for hunting treasure. So if you press Q, you can bring up your menu. Press the spacebar, which brings up your quest. You can have up to 8. Actually, I think you could probably have more. But on your first Radel, obviously, you can only have 8. So select the map that you want to use. And if you left click, you can raise it up and look at the map. So the whole idea here is basically the way that I do this is I find any landmarks that would be best for me to look for. So if you can see up where the X is, which is the top left right between the C and the D, you can see the X. I can tell that there's a shipwreck right off the coast right there. And then also there seems to be a red flower sitting right next to that X. So those are going to be the first 2 things that I look for. Also the rocks that are lining up the side of the coast right there. So I can see that there's a shipwreck right here in front of me. Also, I can see the line of rocks right there, and there's a red flower sitting right next to that. So I'm going to scoot over here. And once I get over here, I'll pull my map back out for you guys to see. All right. So it shows that it is sitting right under the red flower. This is the red flower. This is the wrecked ship. So we're going to guess that it's like right here somewhere. So again, I have a hotkey set, but if you want to use your shovel, hold Q, and it's at the bottom of your radial right here. And left click to dig. You will hear a thump that tells you that you have found the chest. It usually takes, I believe, 4 digs to get out of the ground. That would be 5. Then if you hold E, you can pick up. The main key, I think the use key that is default is F, but I do like to use E instead of F. It's just easier for me. So one tip, you cannot sprint when carrying anything for the hoarder, which would be any chest that you find. You're not able to sprint. And the madam wants you to go search for skulls. If you're holding a skull, you also cannot sprint, which is a big deal when you get back on the island and there are other players. Remember, you can't just sprint from them. So it's a lot easier to drop your loot and fight instead of trying to run from them. So let's hand this back to the old sailor.
Ah, my old chest. Let's see if she still hides her secrets.
And he's going to give us some items that we need to be a pirate. So R to open. And then use your use key to grab whatever you need. So to equip a weapon, you can scroll your wheel on your mouse, which will bring up your sword. And then if you scroll down one more time, it'll bring up your flintlock.
A fine weapon. She'll serve you well out there.
So you can right click, obviously, to zoom in, just like any shooting game ever. So if you pull up your item radial by holding Q, now you've got everything that is available in the game, such as a compass, a bucket, lantern, your telescope. If you hit F, it'll bring up some instruments, banjo, drum, all this different stuff right here. You got a loudspeaker, basically, so you can yell at other players. I think that's about it. Yeah. So there you go. He wants us to pull something up, so I'm just going to pull the lantern out to continue.
There, now you look like a true pirate. There's plenty more to see, so why not stretch your legs and explore? I'll be here when you're ready to leave.
And again, you just press X to put anything up. So there is nothing on this island, but I will walk you guys through it just to show you how absolutely beautiful this game is. You can fish. I do not have I don't have any bait, but you can go fishing, which is a fantastic part of this game. Also, this is basically what almost any island is going to look like when you go search for chests for the hoarders or any skulls for the madams. You will find islands that look a lot like this. So, quick tip, if you do happen to find a wrecked ship on an island, always go to that wrecked ship. There's usually really, really good loot on that wrecked ship. There will not be any on this, obviously, because this is the tutorial. But it's always good to go search everywhere on the island and find all the loot that you can. One thing we say when I stream is the number one rule of video games is do not forget loot. Always grab loot. Do not leave anything behind because it will be worth your time later on in the game. So, figured I'd show you guys just how beautiful this game is. We'll run back down here and we're going to do the sailing tutorial. So I'm going to go ahead and close that and talk to him.
Well now, I say you're as ready as you'll ever be for what's ahead. Allow me to show you the path. The shroud is beginning to part, but you have one more task before your journey continues. You may be ready to sail, but your ship still needs repairs. Go and tend to her wounds.
Alright, so we're going to go fix our ship. Usually, I would run right through here, go up to the ladder, and climb up in the ship, but I do have a tip. There's a quicker way to get to your ship, but you want to do it from a distance. So you need to find an area that has some open water in front of it where you would be swimming. So I'll just use this rock. Pull out your sword, and you can actually lunge. And if you lunge, it will allow you to go through the water a lot quicker, get to your ship a lot faster. This works very, very well when you are trying to get away from other players, or your ship is kind of further off coast and you don't want to swim all that way to get to it. So you hold down your attack button, which would be the left click, and you will actually lunge forward. And you can get to your ship a lot faster that way. Alright, so the first thing they're going to want to do is obviously pull up our sail. Our mast is broken, which will happen if anyone shoots any kind of chain cannonball at you. It will break your mast. So we got to grab it and pull it up. So grab your sail length here and pull back on it. Which will pull up your mast. Now we have to repair it because obviously it's still cracked and you need wood to repair it. So your wood is down at the bottom of the ship here. So you have 3 different barrels in the bottom of your ship. Actually, I think 4. Yes. You have a water barrel here. You have a wood barrel. You have a food barrel. And you have a grog barrel. And then in the back, you have some chests for vanity, all that kind of stuff. So what they wanted to do is grab some wood and go repair our mast up at the top. So if you hold the left click button, you can repair your mast. There's 3 spots. It is the same every time your mast breaks. So it is nice to know where those spots are to make repairing your mast a lot quicker. Because this is a pain in the butt when you're PvPing. So do remember where those 3 spots are for sure. Okay, so the next thing they want to do is we have been obviously shipwrecked. There's some water in the bottom of the boat. That will happen if anybody shoots you with a cannonball or you do crash into an island. You'll see little spots. It is not on here, but there will be holes in the ship and you'll see water flying through that spot. You'll want to repair those holes first, and then you'll want to get the water out. So go to your bucket, which is hold Q, and it's on the left side right here. and you can scoop that water out, take it to the front of the boat, and throw it out of the boat. It will fill up fast, so make sure that you are paying attention to the cracks on the ship. So now we're actually about to take sail. So the next thing they're going to do is raise the anchor. So grab it right here. Always be facing your wheel when you grab the anchor, because you'll do one full 360 around. It's a lot quicker because as soon as you let go of the anchor, you can run right to the wheel and control the ship. Definitely if you're running a sloop, which is a solo ship. So I want to face the wheel and raise my anchor. I'll do one complete turn, and as you can see, as soon as I finish the turn, I'm right on my wheel, which makes for a fast getaway. Next thing they're going to want to do is us drop the sail. I would always drop the sail first, just so as soon as the anchor comes up, my ship is moving. So grab the sail length, drop it all the way. Next thing you want to pay attention to is the direction of the wind, which you can see through the lines in the sky. You can grab this angle back here, the set sail angle, and you can move your sail back and forth. As you can see, you'll see when it hits the wind, which allows you to move the fastest the ship can go. Your sloops are the fastest ships in the game. But if you're running against a brigadier, or I believe what's called a galleon, there's some players out there that are very, very good with them. So running away isn't always the best. A lot of times it's a lot easier to stay and fight than to run. If you grab onto your steering wheel, you can see the gold on the little mast right there, which is, if you turn it all the way to the right, you can see it there too. Turn it all the way to the left, you can also see it there. So if you want to center your ship, go to the middle one and you'll hear that thump right there, which allows you to know that your wheel is centered again. So a few things while we're running I can show you. You have a harpoon, which allows you to shoot out and grab like barrels that are out in the middle of the ocean. You can also shoot it at the sea floor to allow for quick turns in your ship. You have your cannons right here, which we will show later on. Down in the bottom of the ship right here, you have your weapons chest. Allows you to change what weapons you're using, which you can only use 2 at a time. This is a ammo chest, which allows you to refill. You've got a map here, which we'll get into later in the game. And this is your quest table, allowing you to choose what quest you would like to do. So I do plan on doing more of these. They won't be tutorial. They'll just be more of gameplay. But I am excited about hanging out with you guys and doing all of this. So we need to stay on the inside of these. This that we're about to run into is the Megalodon. Massive shark. He is a pain in the butt if you end up fighting him. But a lot of times you can just run away from him and he won't attack you. But you definitely... he's not easy to fight, I'll tell you that. And obviously he's not going to attack us because we're in the tutorial. So... So next thing is going to be the ghost ships. Ghost ships are a pain in the butt. They will show up at random. And you're definitely going to want to try and fight them. So first thing you're going to want to do is grab some cannonballs. I'm going to grab the chain and the regulars. E to use your cannon. If you hold R, you can load your cannon and always aim a little high. So... aiming is a pain in the butt in this game. So I'm shooting the chains right now. The chains, you're going to want to try your best to hit the mast of the ship and take their mast down. That's not going to hit them. Alright, so the next thing you'll see in the game is what's coming up in a second, which will be the Kraken. The Kraken is absolutely terrifying when you come by it, but it's not as scary as you would think. They're super easy to get away from. There's some spots you can shoot them to make him go away. So he's not actually that terrifying. But that would be a later tutorial, obviously. A few things you can do when the Kraken shows up is you can turn all your lanterns on the ship off. And then drop your anchor and sit still. You don't want to try and run from it. It's not going to work. And then go from there. So that is actually the whole tutorial. All your basics on how to play Sea of Thieves. It is a wonderful game. If you have not played it, for sure, try it out. It is a ton of fun. I love it. And I do plan on posting a lot more videos of just some gameplay, hanging out, and solo slooping. So if you enjoyed this tutorial, hit the subscribe button. Hit that bell so you can get notified when a new video releases. I plan on doing a Sea of Thieves video at least once a week. I am streaming, so if you want to check out our live stream, hit twitch.tv/TheRealHuggyB. Come hang out, talk to us, let us know you watch the videos. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.